I am going to be using my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm hoping will help with better content creation. Hey everyone, welcome back. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My hope is that I am able to help you guys and gals become better photographers. So this video is going to be a little different. This is going to be more of a vlog slash review. And the reason being is I am going to be using my iPhone 15 Pro Max to see if this will be my main camera when I'm shooting content for this channel. So I've got a trip coming up for a week where I am going to do two things. One, I am going to film content for this channel. I got two upcoming tutorials that I want to get out to you guys. I'm going to do some stock footage, and I want to cover all that using my iPhone to see if the iPhone is going to be indeed my main camera that I'm going to start using for the channel instead of my A6500 or FS5 both from Sony, which are awesome cameras. I love them both. I've had them for years. I've been using them. There are situations where I wish I had something smaller, more compact, lighter, where I can just put in areas that I can't get my bigger cameras in. So that's going to be coming up, and as I go through the week, I will kind of update you guys as we go along. You know what? Let's go ahead and get that started. Ready? All right, here it is. This is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I'll give you a kind of point of view from my perspective here. And there she is. So as you can see, the DJI mic, the receiver there, has an adapter so I can plug it into my iPhone. It is the USB-C. This one also comes with a lightning port. I'm sorry, a lightning phone adapter for the older iPhones. And it also comes with a 3.5 millimeter jack. This is the one that came with it. This is from Rode, and I like this one better because it kind of stretches, and then because it's coiled, it comes back together. But the one it comes with is all black. So here it is. We are going to start with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. What's going on, everybody? So I am at my destination where I am going to be filming one of the upcoming tutorials for the channel, and I just wanted to take a quick minute to vlog real quick about my experience with the iPhone so far. So it's been what, 3 days now, 4 days of filming consistently with the iPhone as the main camera. And just like any camera, it's got its pros and cons. One of the cons is can't really use the native camera app, and I'll get into that when I'm actually sitting down and doing as thorough of a review as I can with just using the camera for a week. But there aren't enough settings or control in the native camera app, and another reason is trying to use a native camera app using the ProRes and the Apple Log. The file sizes are way too big. I will run out of storage long before I finish any project. So Blackmagic Design has a camera app. It's called the Blackmagic Cam, and that's what I've been using. The downside to that app is I have no way to monitor what is in frame and what isn't. So it's pretty much a guessing game. So it's trial by fire. But anyways, I am almost to my All right, everyone, we are at the end of the week, and it's been a great experience. It's been eye-opening using these two tools for an entire week straight. There's only one shot that was done with my A7R3, and that, well, I'll show you here in a little bit, but I just wanted to get started. All right, let's get to the iPhone. So it was an absolute eye-opener using the iPhone specifically to shoot my A-roll and my B-roll. There is one clip that I did use my A7R3, and that was to shoot B-roll of the iPhone itself with kind of a build-out for the iPhone in order to use some of its other features. And I'll get to that in just a minute. But like I said, it was a real eye-opening experience. I've used the video and the photo with the cameras before, but it's not something that was, okay, this is gonna be my primary camera. You know, you're on vacation or whatever, you just kind of snap a quick video or take a quick picture, that kind of thing. But haven't actually used it as a primary camera to do content or vlogging or anything like that. So let's talk about the pros, because the camera, the phone has come a very long way from when smartphones first came out. The video quality is very good. Is it cinema quality? We could argue yes and no, depending on what lens you use. Or actually it's a camera, because there's three different. But anyways, depending on which one you use, it could hold up. Low light, it still has issues, but like I said, any camera, depending on how old it is or technology, will have issues with low light performance. And honestly, using the main camera, the 24mm camera, it held up very well. Once you go into the wide angle camera or the telephoto camera or lens, depending on how you want to see it, those don't have the I guess the specs or technology that the main camera has, and the picture quality, the video quality is much lower, and you can actually see it when you play the video back. It is a solid B cam, I guess you could say, for, I guess, my purposes of filming content to get to you guys. So like I said, vlogging, absolutely, because it is very light. I can hold it up. I don't have to worry about the weight and how long I'll be able to hold the camera up and then stop in the middle of a vlog and then continue on. So I will be able to, you know, talk into the camera for a much longer period. Your phone, pretty much have it on you at all times. So it's a camera that I can just pull out and start doing a vlog, or if I see something, you know, that I really like, some, you know, a scene with absolutely gorgeous lighting or something, I mean, I can pull the phone out and I can take quality video and pictures with it. The biggest achievement that I have seen now is the ability for the phone to record in a log profile. No other phone before this has been able to do that. And the fact that now I can match shots as far as color correction and color grading with either my 6500 or my FS5 Mark II is phenomenal. Now there is a caveat to that, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But log, I mean, wow, that is fantastic. It is awesome. Like I said, we're in a time that technology is just absolutely booming. I mean, it's awesome. And the phone actually has the ability to record ProRes, which is a very high quality codec, basically a recording format that has a lot of data that is able to be saved into it, which with log, like I said, I'm able to match shots to my A6500 or my FS5 Mark II, which is amazing. There are a whole bunch of other pros to this. Like I said, at first it was kind of hard for me because I had to work harder just to be able to get the camera or the phone to be able to do what I needed to. And I had a lot of research that I had to do. Sorry about that. I thought I had turned that off. To be able to use the phone to its full potential. And with that comes some of the cons that I didn't like about using the phone. And this is kind of a deal breaker for me in able to use the iPhone as my main A camera. So we were just talking about log and how awesome it is to use it. Well, the downside to that is you have to use it with ProRes. You have to turn on ProRes on the camera in order for you to do the log, and that's in the native camera app. And we're going to talk about an exception here in just a minute. But those ProRes files are enormous. So like me, or, you know, anybody that's out there that's used their phone and has, you know, thousands of pictures, hundreds of videos on your phone, you're not going to have a whole lot of space to be able to record something in ProRes RAW, basically. Or, I'm sorry, it's not RAW, it's ProRes log. Because 1 minute of 4K at 24 frames per second, you're talking about 6 gigabytes of information. And that's roughly, depending on the scene that you're shooting, if there's more things in the scene and the camera has to pick up those details, it could be more than 6 gigabytes in a 60-second clip. For instance, I did one clip. It was 27 minutes and 40 something seconds roughly. And with that, it was, I want to say 168 gigs, 170 gigs for the 27 minutes. And that's because the ProRes that it is recording, it is a higher quality ProRes. So I believe it's 422, if not 422 HQ. Not quite sure, but if anyone any of you out there know exactly which ProRes flavor it uses, kind of just leave a comment in the comments below and let me know, because I am curious to see, because I did try to research a little bit, but I didn't see. It just says ProRes. But yeah, let me know. I'm very curious to find out if it's like a 422 or 422HQ or something like that. I know it's not light because the file sizes would be much lower. So that's one thing. And in order to do that, then you would have to plug in an SSD or some kind of external memory so you can record onto that memory. Well, now you're talking about adding on things to the phone, which kind of take away the pros of having something small, compact, lightweight to just pull out and not have to worry about XYZ gear having to attach to it. That goes on to, now if I have to put an external memory to the phone, now I don't have a place to plug in my DJI mic. So now I have to get a USB-C hub to plug in there so I can do both the external memory and my audio. So what I'm trying to get at now is the con of using Apple ProRes in log, or just ProRes in general for the phone. Those file sizes are ginormous, and then not being able to store it on my phone, then I have to start getting a cage or something to be able to, basically I have to do a build out, like if I had my A6500 or my FS5 Mark II, where it's a build out to have my monitor and everything else. Well, now you just lost that compact form of the phone. So it's kind of a give and take. And I guess we can talk about the kind of exception where Blackmagic Design, if you don't know who they are a company that manufactures both cinema cameras, like the the Pocket Cinema, and then they have the Ursa minis and that kind of stuff. They also have the video editor DaVinci Resolve. So they have come up with a free camera app that you can attach or you can download on your phone. And I'll tell you, that's how I used the phone. Once I found that app, that's how I used the video or the camera function rather than the native app, because it still allowed me to video or film in Apple Log without having to be on ProRes. I actually used H.265, which is a recording codec that compresses the file and saves a ton of space. Let's see. So I did a test, a 3-minute and 27-second clip was roughly 21 gigabytes. And then I did the same test using the Blackmagic camera app. I think I ran it not quite 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It was like 3 minutes and 25 seconds. But those 5 seconds aren't going to add too much data. But anyways, that 3 minute and 27 seconds in H.265 was only 244 megabytes. That is a huge difference between 20 gigabytes and 240 megabytes. So that was kind of the, I don't want to say compromise, but it's a great workaround. So I still filmed in log, but then I used H.265. And that saved a ton of space, and I didn't have to use an external memory drive. So I was still able to attach my DJI mic and use it that way. The one drawback about that is there is no way to monitor what is being recorded. So if you're behind the camera and filming, there's no problem. But if you're by yourself and you have to film yourself, You have to set up the camera, and then, I mean, if you set something up, like typically what I did was I had a color checker passport. I set it where approximately where my face would be, and then I exposed and did the focus on that. But once I turned and sat down and actually started recording, I did just like a minute or two just to see how it is. I went back, reviewed the video, and my head from here up was cut off. So unfortunately, there's no way to monitor to see what is in the frame. Whereas in the native app, I have an Apple Watch where if I set it up, you know, the native camera app, I can look on my watch and see, okay, my head's cut off. I need to adjust the camera. So that is the downside of using the Blackmagic camera app. However, that is a very small price for the ability that the Blackmagic Cam app is able to get out of your phone. So if you don't have it, I really recommend that you get it because it allows you to do much more than what the native camera app is allowing you to do right now. So maybe Apple will come up with something in the future, something like the Blackmagic Cam app, and be able to kind of use the native app and be able to kind of monitor and make sure that what you're doing is. My last thoughts. I know in about day 3, I said that it would not be my main camera to bring content. However, after that, you know, day 4, 5, and 6, I got more comfortable using the phone. I got more comfortable, especially with the Blackmagic Cam app, being able to properly expose and focus. Therefore, it won't be my main camera. However, to integrate it in with my other tools, it's a no-brainer. Like I said, I can pull it out for vlogging or anything with a quick. All right, sorry about that. My camera cut off. So I'm on my A6500 and I completely forgot about the 29 minutes and 59 second thing, and then it just shuts off. It stops recording because it's not a video camera, it's a stills camera. The iPhone is going to integrate nicely with my other tools, you know, my 6500, my FS52. Yes, it's going to be part of my tools as far as for filming content. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you use your smartphone as a main camera? Let me know. I'm curious to find out, but I've taken enough of your time. I hope this was helpful to anybody out there thinking about using their smartphone as a main camera to make content or even just for yourselves. But until the next one, we'll see you soon.